Alright, here it is. Fallout 3 Plasma Rifle. I decided to go with the Fallout 3 version because to me, that's my favorite version of the Plasma Rifle. Not a big fan of the Fallout 4 Plasma Rifle. I kind of wish that they would have just kept this kind of barrel as one of the mods. Unfortunately, they didn't. And I felt like the mods for the barrel, like this whole area, the receiver, what it's called in game, lacking in modifications that just made it look different. Like, for instance, I like the coils just being on one side, right? Granted, with the multi-class rifle, and I think the Q35 modulator had them on both sides, but those guns look cool with those. I like the plasma rifle with the coils just on one side. Then again, that was probably my first introduction to the plasma rifle was Fallout 3. So let me tell you a little bit about how I made this. Barrel was the last thing I worked on, but the green is basically just a Sprite bottle, a little Sprite bottle. It's in there pretty well, it's sturdy, it's glued down to this, and this part right here. Yeah. Got the needle right there. Okay. This is really sturdy, that's the grip that you hang on to with your other hand to aim. We got these nice little tubes right here. So the tubes I found at Michael's, they're foam tubes. I cut them in half because they were, I guess, about a foot long, and I only picked up 3 of them. So I decided to cut them in half, and every inch of it got used pretty much. I actually have a little bit extra. I kind of want to build the laser pistol from Fallout 3 next, but we'll see where that goes, just because I only have enough material to make something small, and I feel like the laser pistol would be a bit small. First area I worked on was the body. The tubes were probably the second last thing that went on though. This is a pipe, PVC pipe from Home Depot. Really not too big. I mean, my hand is pretty big, and not too bad. I really enjoyed making the coils. Those were really fun, especially the tubing. I loved having to take a lighter to it and kind of heat it up a little bit and then bend it to shape, and really glad it stayed in shape. It's amazing. Stock was the second thing I built. It's floppy. It needs reinforcement. But I'm kind of planning on maybe hardening it up with resin, just that way I can, you know, sit it down like this, because right now it has to be on its side, and I do have room for it, but I don't want it to be laid up on its side forever. I want to be able to hold it up and lean it against a wall like I can with my Gauss rifle, which I have here for size comparison, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is my first attempt at a microfusion cell. It can go in here, but this is really floppy. I'm thinking about adding more supports. I wanted to make it to where I could place it in there, but it's on the other side, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I understand this isn't exactly like the best looking thing, but I do have a little bit of news. I'm gonna be getting a Dremel soon, so I can finally sand and etch in smaller details. Really excited about it. I finally found where I could get a Dremel, and it was at Michael's for $80. Not too bad. And it comes with the sanding bit too, so I can finally clean up the extra hot glue on my previous works, because my Gauss rifle and Dark Beam were pretty bad with that. They had hot glue kind of everywhere. Let's look at the other side here. Flip it around. Alright. So it's pretty much the same thing on the other side, just doesn't have the coils. Honestly, I think this might be one of my best works yet. The only thing I'm missing is the little canister that's gonna go here. But I'm gonna wait to put that in because this is what's supposed to hold it, and it's made out of modeling foam clay. And I don't want to risk it snapping, so I'm gonna harden it up first before I actually put that in. Now I think this might be one of my best works yet. There's no extra glue laying around. All the pieces fit really nice. It's not like one side's lopsided or anything like that, because with my Gauss rifle barrel, it's not completely straight, but I did end up getting it more straight than it was by cutting this down right here, and I had to detach the rail right here from the main barrel piece, and I had to shave this down because originally it stuck out farther, so you know, now I got that there and it looks a lot better, but I feel like a Dremel can really clean up. I can put details on this finally. I can sand this down and make it a circle. The inside of the scope won't be all choppy looking and weird. Enough about that though. Let's get to looking down the sides. Not too bad. I wanted to go with the Fallout 3 model instead of the Fallout New Vegas, where it had the little iron sight at the end. Because I was more used to this gun not having sights, I guess. But look at that. Not too bad. This back piece done with modeling clay. So are these little areas that the tubes are connected to. Felt like it would have been less of a hassle than actually trying to make it from parts of foam. So here's a comparison of the two. The Gauss rifle is a bit bigger, probably not by much, but whenever I hold the Gauss rifle, it's God, it's big. But whenever I hold the plasma rifle, it doesn't feel as big. But I feel like this is a pretty good scale. I mean, I could definitely use this for cosplay. And I feel like I'm getting better at this, which is pretty cool, because I want to make more stuff from some of my favorite games, some of my favorite items, things that I've always wanted in the real world that I can't have until now, because now I'm finally making them. I have a plan with this little microfusion cell. It's on its side because I'm thinking of just ditching this thing. This is big. A lot bigger compared to this microfusion cell. So what I'm thinking is I can make a bigger version of this one, put the little handle thing on the end. Maybe not this one, I don't know. I'll probably just make a different little handle area. Maybe a little bit bigger, because I'd rather it just sit here instead of kind of popping in. Because this one, whenever you put it in, it can pop in there. Not too hard to get out, but I kind of felt like these little stopper things might have stopped it, but it doesn't. They just go in there anyways. It stops it to an extent, but so just to make a more realistic microfusion cell than this thing, I'm thinking just making a bigger one, handle right here, pops in. Not too bad. I might, depending on how far down it goes, if the making it bigger thing doesn't work, I'll probably put some foam in here to make it to where it just can't go in all the way, like that one. I don't know, other than that, I think it turned out pretty well. Let me know what you guys think. I absolutely love this gun. I love this prop. It's probably my favorite one I've made so far. Let me know what y'all think. And I will see y'all next time.